Never evaluate anything by face value. What is good may be bad for you. What is bad may be good for you. Trust the process. Trust the timing of the universe. Seed होता है ना बीज. बीज कभी कभी 5-5 साल तक वो शेल्फ पे वैसा ही पड़ा रहता है जी, जैसे आप लोग कभी कभी पड़े रहते हैं विदाउट हायरिंग. ऐसे ही पड़ा रहता है बीज पे और वो पे रेस्टलेस होता है, मेरा कब टर्न आएगा, कब होगा मेरा. But the beach has tremendous potential. If the seed stays for 5 years, does the tree in the seed die? Why do you allow the tree inside you to die just because it's taking time? Just because it's taking time, why do you allow the tree inside you to die? Don't allow it to die. अरे बीज के अंदर का भी सीड रहता है 5 साल बाद भी. And guess what? After 5 years, somebody comes and says, "अरे इतना अच्छा बीज है," sows it under the soil. After the seed is sown, it needs the right environment, sunlight, water, सब लगता है. You need the right association, the right company for the tree to come, like Jambavan trusted Hanuman. And last but not the least, when the seed sprouts and comes out, अंधेरे में रहता है जी अंदर. बोला 5 साल रुका और अंधेरे में दफना दिया मेरे को. 5 साल रुकने के बाद ये टॉक्सिक वर्क प्लेस में बैठा दिया मेरे को. Guess what? Once this tree starts growing, breaking through that darkness, coming out through the soil, प्रेशर लगता है उसमें और धीरे धीरे उठता है ऊपर और देता है फल सारे दुनिया को. So don't lose hope, don't lose patience. One of my friends used to say, life is unfair. Get used to it. How many of you heard that one? Yeah. And there's another friend of mine who's a big businessman. He said, life is unfair. Learn to negotiate. तो मैं बोले दोनों का ऐसा कैसे बोलते हैं यार? Two contrary statements. One is saying life is unfair, get used to it. Like giving in. And the other is saying life is unfair, negotiate. Work on something. Which one's right, which one's wrong? Both are right. Life is unfair. Learn to live with it. When things come and you can't change it, acceptance is the only way. And life is unfair. Learn to negotiate, solve problems and craft your own happiness. दुनिया में कितना गम है, मेरा गम कितना कम है. जब लोगों का गम देखा तो मैं अपना गम भूल गया. Right. I'll tell you what. That is life. We all have the choice to craft our happiness, make a happy life. Remember, if life gives you a cactus, you don't have to sit on it. You can do what you need to do with the cactus. You can also learn to choose to live a better life. Ladies and gentlemen, life kabhi bhi khatam ho jayega. Can get finished anytime. Before life gets finished, complete your life by adding these values to your life. Secrets of living well is what makes your life a happy life. नहीं तो ना finish हो जाएगा, incomplete ही जिए रहेंगे हम लोग. One guy asked, what is the difference between the word complete and finished? But the fellow said, if you find the right partner to get married to in your life is complete. If you get the wrong one, life is finished. But if the right one catches you with the wrong one, life is completely finished, guys. But before life is finished, let's complete it. Don't get too worked up with this stuff. There's always going to be a trigger in your life, you know? There's always going to be a trigger, a stimulus in your life, guys. You know what? If you do this, can you imagine? Shh. I fail an exam. I'm being bullied in school. There's a trigger, there's a stimulus. एग्जाम में फेलियर हो गया है, गलती हो गया, पेरेंट्स आर येलिंग एट मी, दे आर एक्सपेक्टिंग टू मच ऑफ मी, expectation from family, parents, failures in college, school, not getting what you want, not getting the marks that you think you should have gotten. In my last semester in engineering, I was wanting to stand first. I lost my first grade for 4 marks. 4 marks, guys. I don't get what I want sometimes. I'm just so frustrated. There is always a trigger, and when parents get onto your nerves, how many of you felt angry? How many of you felt angry when you get judged by your friends and not accepted in the group easily? How many of you feel angry when people mock you and crack jokes at you and tease you for no reason? Guys, pressure होता रहता है, बहुत pressure बढ़ता रहता है, so many triggers, so many stimuli, and guess what happens, guys? How many of you felt this when this pressure increases? बाहर आता है? How many of you shouted at home? Thank you. How many of you shouted at your friends? Thank you. How many of you wanted to yell and shout at teachers but couldn't shout? Thank you. Thank you very much. Always going to be a trigger, isn't it? Pressure बनता रहता है इधर. And now look at this, guys. Failed in exam, mistakes happen, parents are yelling, friends don't like me, I'm not accepted, my expectations are not fulfilled, I wanted that phone, I didn't get it. It's what? You know what? Whenever there is a cause of disturbance, a stimulus, there is going to be a response. When somebody shouts at you, you're angry, you do something. When something doesn't happen your way, you are angry, you do something. But you know something? In between the trigger and the response is a space. In that space, you need to talk to yourself. If somebody does this to you, rather than coming out, you need to talk to yourself.